Am I the Asshole time. Sister, are you ready to hear about some assholes?
Of course. I just hope we aren't hearing about assholes on the using the shower head as a bidet.
Yeah, oh my god.
That will
Fucking
stick with
vile.
me forever.
It was vile, is what it was. Straight criminal behavior. You'll be a min? You're good. You're good. You may listen to get your lazy ass up. Pasta is enraged. You waited. Did you wait specifically to play that sound alert until I had my headphones on? Because that's cruel and calculated, and I respect it. So we are joined by my lovely sister, Courtesan Session. We are joined. I'm gonna get a gavel one day and one of those white wigs. We gotta get the fit together for the court session to be in fully. But in the meantime, this is what we got. We got a shirt that makes the girls look good. They are sitting. They are well behaved. Sister,
Yeah.
are you ready for some family drama? Because the motto on this stream, as we learned, is families are messy.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm gonna take a quick sip of some water. Some water. Alright. Am I the asshole for leaving when my brother-in-law wouldn't let me in the hot tub? You know what? We'll start simple. This sounds like it could be a sweet and simple one. Let's see. Should I move little Gussy? Should I move baby Gus? Actually, baby Gus might be okay there. But now that I can see what I'm doing, I'll move my camera over a little more. We'll see if we like little Gussy here.
Ah, shit.
I look kind of a little goofy because I'm like looking off the screen. Come here, baby Gussy. We're going back up here. Meow. Alright. Alright, guys, it is your job. When we stop doing Am I the Asshole, remind me to stop the recording, okay? Oh, Sam, we're recording this. It's gonna go on YouTube. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. A grand total of 5 people watch my video, so your privacy will be respected.
Asshole archives. That was fun.
I love it. Okay, am I the asshole for leaving when my brother-in-law wouldn't let me in the hot tub? My brother-in-law just bought a new house. He lives about 4 hours from us. Last weekend, my husband and I went to visit him for a few days to see the house for the first time. Long story short, I got my period while I was sleeping, and the guest room sheets had a small blood stain about the size of a quarter. God, I hate it when that happens. My husband helped me strip the bed, and I went to the laundry room to pre-treat and then wash the sheets. When they were done, the bloodstain was 100% gone, but when we told the brother-in-law, he looked completely disgusted. Jesus, man! He inspected the sheets super closely for a very long time, and finally I was like, Jesus, brother-in-law, if you're looking that closely and can't find a stain, can't you trust me that I got it out? He seemed really put out by the whole thing. That night we had plans to hang out at brother-in-law's hot tub in the backyard after dinner. But after dinner, he told me that I wasn't allowed in the hot tub because of my period. Oh my god! I was shocked and explained that the nighttime leak was because I hadn't been expecting my period and had been fast asleep all night, but that it was perfectly safe and sanitary for me to put in a tampon and sit in the hot tub for an hour, but he wouldn't budge. My husband had my back and told him that he was being ridiculous, and it ended up turning into a big argument. Eventually, my husband and I decided to pack our stuff and stay at a nearby hotel, and then we drove home the next morning. Now, brother-in-law is pissed at us for leaving and for not respecting his home. He also Venmo requested my husband $100 for new sheets, which he's refusing to pay, but trusts that if the stain hadn't come out, we would be happy to replace them. First of all, what fucking sheets cost $100? He told, save our comments, he told his whole side of the family, who decided to fully stay out of it. Thank fucking Christ. I wish they had our backs, but I wish they had our backs more. I wish they had our backs more, but at least they're not piling onto us. So, our husband and I the asshole for leaving and not paying for the sheets. We have some edits. Oh my god, we have 4 edits with this. Okay, edit 1. I swore I'd never be one of those people who did this, but to all the people who said, everyone sucks here or you're the asshole because of a certain risk that I won't mention here because this isn't a medical sub, I'll just say that if brother-in-law was worried about the risk for me, it would be a different story. He didn't want me in the hot tub because period blood is gross, quote unquote. Edit 2. For everyone asking why I even told him, it's because my period isn't a dirty little secret. It's a natural thing that happens to half the adult population, and because I'm not going to sneak around like a cat burglar to do laundry. He heard the dryer buzz and asked about it, and I told him. Edit 3. Some more frequently asked questions. Brother-in-law has a girlfriend who doesn't live with him. She hung out with us the first night. That was the first time I'd met her. But had to work the night of the argument, so she wasn't around. I don't know what she thinks of the whole situation, and I'm not going to reach out about it. And brother-in-law isn't on the spectrum. He doesn't have OCD, and he's not a germaphobe. He just thinks it's gross. Edit 4. Wow, this really blew up anyway. Please trust that I know my body and my flow, and on the first full day of my period, I know that I can wear a tampon for a while without leaking. FWIW, I don't know what this acronym means. For what it's worth. Okay, there we go. Context clues. We did go to the hotel hot tub after we checked in, and I stayed in for 90 minutes. And when I got out, there was nary a speck of evil, dirty vagina blood on my bathing suit. Am I the asshole brother-in-law saying I ruined his sheets and his weekend? Helping it. Okay, do we think? Court. My God.
I mean, that's short and simple. No, you're not an asshole.
Not the asshole. What a child. What a childish thing to be upset about. Listen. Oh, you go ahead, Sam. I want to hear your verdict.
Like, again, going back to the sheets, like, okay, I can, if you totally ruin them, you know, they were willing to replace them, you know, but like, what sheets are $100? What are you doing?
Are these fucking satin sheets? Are these silk sheets woven by the blind monks of Tibet? Like, why are they fucking $100? Jesus, I find the cheapest shit I can get that won't cause my skin to break out. Pasta, not the asshole. Hales, not the asshole. I gotta tell ya. It's so easy. It is not the asshole. So it sounds like, he was just really grossed out by female bodies doing female body things. Pro tip for men, if you're grossed out by female bodies doing female body things, don't date a woman. Just a thought. Because guess what? Her female body's gonna do female body things. This whole thing has a whole system, alright? There's all sorts of stuff. I get it if you're kind of like, oh, okay, like, that's a little odd, but like, are you really gonna get squeamish because a woman has a period? I saw Matthew peep back. Oh, he's playing Resident Evil 4, I think! What? Oh my goodness. Sam, has Zach played Resident Evil 4 yet?
No, I think we might, though.
You gotta. It's so good! It's so good! Date yourself and your male dog. Hale's fucking period. Literally, on by a period. Case closed. Like, this is so childish. Oh. You are not the asshole poster. Here we go. Let's see what the comments have to say. Not the asshole. Your brother-in-law sounds like the worst type of humans ever. The types I avoid. Also $100 for sheets! Yes! There are legit $100 sheets that are better than $40 sheets. Whether they're $60 better has a lot to do with how much financial padding you've got, but notice... Wait, hold up. Pooper Intendant, first off, is their name, so what a name. We trust what they say. How did this get about the sheets? Oh my God. Brother-in-law doesn't even need to replace the sheets. They're spotless. Exactly! Not the asshole. Brother-in-law is such a horrific misogynist. I'm only a trans woman, so I can't claim to fully understand what it's like to be on your period, but what I do know is that it is out of your control. And the stuff that was in your control, like cleaning up, was done correctly. If you left it stained, I can understand him getting angry, but you cleaned up, and honestly, I think if you had it in the hot tub, it would have been much easier to clean. When will people learn that periods are a natural occurrence and stop demonizing people for having them? FYI, kudos to your husband for sticking up to you. Usually the complaints come from the husband, so it's a nice change of pace. Edit, loving all the gender affirmation in the replies. Aw, that's good. They got that support. Do you... How true is that? I guess it depends on the type of husband. Like, I can't imagine my Matthew, ever complaining about my period or anything like that. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, it's not a big deal. It's so not a big deal.
I could understand being, like, especially if you've had, like, a really heavy leak or something, I can understand being like, oh my God, are you okay? But, like, that was more of a place of concern rather than disgust.
Right? Yes, exactly. Like, it's okay to be kind of taken off guard. Like, it's okay if he was like, oh, like, your hoo-ha blood on my sheets. Oh, okay, it's clean. Okay, whatever. Like, it's fine. Like, do men just think that when women have periods, they hole away and never enter the public again? We just stay away until the full moon passes? Like, is that what they think happens? Although...
That would be kind of nice, honestly, but, you know, that's just me.
Did you hear, Sam? CD Projekt Red initiated menstrual leave. So, like, if
Really?
you struggle with intense
How is
pain
this
or, like,
fucking
cramps or
everywhere all the
discomfort, like,
time?
you're allowed leave or extra work from home days.
That's nice, especially when you've got people with endometriosis who,
Oh,
or
yeah.
other issues, and they need, they need to go to a doctor, and you're not shaming them.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
We love to see it. We love to see it. All right. Yep. I stand here. Let's see. Let me allow
Oh,
this.
is that the Undertaker?
My husband makes sure I'm stocked and have a Midol. Men don't be with women if you think a monthly period is gross. F off. Yeah, women should never have to apologize to keeping feminine hygiene products. I remember when I first started dating Matthew, I apologized for keeping pads in his car. I'm switching the music, and he was like, "Oh, it's fine." Like he didn't give a shit, because you shouldn't give a shit, because it's a normal thing. It's completely normal. It's completely fine. I cannot imagine for the life of me why this is something people get upset about. But women, go hide in your holes until the blood moon has passed. Yes. Oh, hold up. We got another one. Am I the asshole for getting a new mop without telling my husband?
What?
I have to tell you, I'm curious, though. I am curious. So, am I the asshole for getting a new mop without telling my husband? Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's a short and sweet one. I ordered a new mop today, as I've had the old one for 2 years, replaced the head many times, and wanted one without a bucket so it takes up less room in the small kitchen. The new one came today, and I showed my husband. He asked why I didn't consult him. Fuck me. I said, I'm the only one who mops. It wasn't expensive, and I'm not wasting the old one my sister wants. My sister wants it, as hers is just broke. He got really upset with me and said I had no right to give away something that belongs to both of us. I thought he was being ridiculous. It's just a mop. I'm the only one who uses it. He said it was the principle, and I'm not living in a palace. I can't just get whatever my heart desires. Again, it's a mop. We're not low on money, and I'm not spending frivolously. Am I the asshole? Maybe I should have asked, since technically it's a shared item. For the love of Christ.
But you still are the only one that uses it. Like, if you have, I'd be like, look, if you have an opinion about it.
Does he stick the handle of the mop up his asshole is all I can figure.
Oh, God.
Is that why? Well, how did we get here? Not the asshole from Pasta and Hales. Right. What the fuck? What the hell? That's so goofy. Oh my goodness. Comments say, while you're replacing stuff that doesn't function properly anymore, put your husband next on the list. Damn. Someone commented, make sure to toss him and not recycle him. For Pete's sake, do not recycle. No one else needs this. Oh my god.
And there are just some things you just don't. I can, like, if I had, like a mop that, like, if it's one of those Swiffer things that you can just replace the pad or something on it, and you needed a mop, I'd give it to you. But, like the ones that are, like, janitor style, and it's got, like, the actual, like, floppy mop.
Yeah, and it's like, those, you can wash those, but after a while, you gotta replace that shit.
Yeah, it's just gross.
Oh my gosh. Pasta said she can get lots of mops with alimony. Stop. Hale said, when you get married, everything is combined, including money. So if your wife wants a new mop, game, etc., she can as she pleases. So many couples forget this. It is a combined asset. Like, there's always that little tinge of, well, it's like, I feel this. Like, Matthew makes more money than me. So I'm like, I feel bad whenever I like, ask him for something or ask him to help me with something. But it's like, if you're in a partnership, within reason, it's a joint income. I mean, all your money is working towards both of you. I mean, and this guy just seems to be confused, or he had an emotional connection with a mop that we will never explain. Hold up. This person has a conspiracy theory. I think there's more going on with OP than a mop. A few weeks ago, she had a post about being upset because her brother outspent her and her sister on a Mother's Day gift. Hold up, is there lore? Oh my goodness, they used to all three go in on one gift. OP decided she didn't want to do it that way anymore, and then got mad when her brother outspent her because she used to spend the most on the combined gift, but never got credit for it, so this was her year to shine. I remember the post, OP deleted it after that was determined. The asshole, ooh! Husband told her that she was overreacting, so she made a post hoping everyone would take her side over her husband. OP made several posts about her husband. A week or so ago, she made a post about concert tickets she got, but now she wants to take her mom. The advice given was talk to your husband. I think there's more going on than a mop, but she is trying to get everyone on her side for once. Stop! Is there lore behind this poster? Oh my god. We're getting into the thick of it now. Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to see if I can find some lore about them. This is their profile.
My husband will see an Amazon purchase on his card. He won't question me because he knows it's more than likely needed to order that object.
Chairman,
My
stop
husband
sharing up the
runs
chips.
the same way. He'll be like, "What was that for?" I was like, "Oh, it's for such and such," and he'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Oh my god.
Very rarely.
There's a whole husband shaming genre on TikTok. See, stop shaming your spouses.
Good lord.
Any gender, any whatever, stop shaming your spouses. This is a partnership. Christ, you should be in it together. Jesus wept. My god. Alright, so resounding, not the asshole, with some suspicion on the table. Mine will just ignore it or even compliment me about ordering it. Exactly. Like, if it's not frivolous, if it's like an agreed upon purchase, if it's like when I say agreed upon, I mean like it's not going to cause any financial strain. Like, Jesus, just deal with it.
That one new mop could undo an entire financial structure.
Guys, I may need another sip of water for the heading of this I just read. Oh god. Am I the asshole for objecting to my sister marrying my cousin?
Oh, that's a can of worms.
Oh boy. What are we saying, guys? What do we say? Families are messy, and now they're fucking and marrying, apparently. Oh god, here we go. Look at some juicy tidbits here. Families are messy. Pasta, you are right. Keep spamming that. Oh, is this a short one? Where's the tea? Am I the asshole for objecting to my sister marrying my cousin? We're half sisters with different fathers. My cousin is on dad's side, so they're not related. Oh, okay. But since I'm related to both of them, I find it gross. I told my sister I didn't like it when they first started dating, but she said it was just a hookup and it didn't matter. Still gross. I could have lived with it. Well, she lied. They continued dating and now they're engaged. As soon as they announced it, I called them out for being disgusting as well as the people congratulating them. Some family members have since changed their tune and agree with me, including my mom. My dad, unfortunately, is on the fence and thinks I should just sit back and see how it goes. What a dad response right there. My sister...
I just want to see how it burns.
Let's just see how this goes. My sister thinks I'm an ass, though, and that I need to get over it because they share no blood. She admits they met in an unusual way, but they were meant to be and won't let me ruin it. My cousin said the same thing and wants to go no contact since I can't be supportive. Oh my goodness. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they may be the asshole. I could be the asshole for judging the relationship from my point of view and calling them disgusting. Oh boy. Oh boy. So to be clear, there is no genetic link between the sister and cousin. Is it too close in the family, though? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's honestly, that's kind of... yeah, I'm with you there, Pasta. Not the asshole, pending more context.
Ooh, right there, right there. Judge Chairman has entered the scene. A handsome baby boy. His collar is off. It's no longer business hours. Yeah, pending more context. I mean... you can be weirded out by it, but if we're looking at it in terms of ethics, are they doing anything wrong? They're not genetically related. But if that's the only line we draw, what's to stop adopted siblings from hooking up like in Twilight? Like, did nobody talk about that in Twilight, how fucked up that was in the school? Like I remember the girls sitting at the table and they were like, oh my gosh, they're like, Carlisle's kind of like a matchmaker, like, maybe he'll adopt me, and I was like, do you not see how this is fucking like, how has CPS not been to Carlisle's yet?
Because they're probably vampires.
Foster said, like, incest is bad, not just because of the whole inbreeding thing, but family dynamics are weird and often have power imbalances. Ooh, that is an excellent point right there. This isn't incest, though, but there is a shift in family dynamics. I don't know about power imbalances, though, because... did they give ages? I don't think they did, but presumably the cousin and sister are relatively close in age. So is there a power dynamic right there, you know? Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm gonna have to say not the asshole, pending more context. Here, let's see what the comments have to say. You're the asshole. Well, they're not related. That they're both related to you is irrelevant, is it? To whether it's okay for them to be together. Your relatives don't need your approval to have a relationship.
I'm gonna agree with the second half of that.
Yeah.
Still weird, but you know, like, it's not directly impacting the original poster, so.
Oh my goodness. Hi Katie, good to see you. We're doing some Am I the Asshole right now. The only way I'd sympathize, not side with OP, is if sister and cousin grew up together as family. I could understand OP being a bit weirded out, but not sloth enough to make a ruckus, because frankly, what other consenting adults do in their bedrooms is none of your business. Yeah.
Gussy's from Alabama.
Hey!
Unless he's from Alabama.
Sheesh! What the fuck did I walk into? Katie, am I the asshole for objecting to my sister marrying my cousin? Speaking of sisters, we have Sam here with us today.
I did not marry a cousin.
No. Zach is about 3 feet too tall to be my cousin. Let's see here.
Oh, we can't feed children.
I
but we
don't
can do
know.
a business.
Yeah, I guess not the asshole. Yeah, how did
Dude,
they...
you don't get
There's
it,
no...
right?
It's like what
true
Pasta said. Not the
libertarian
asshole pending context. I don't know what the
society,
relationship was like
if a
growing
child
up,
can't
you
feel
know?
itself,
Like, did they grow up together? Were they close, or is this kind of new? I don't... You know what? Gosh, I'm just gonna need context. I have to say not the asshole.
On the topic of, like, did they grow up together, like, if you drew a line at, oh, but they grew up together, then what does that say about, like, childhood sweethearts?
Oh, that's a good
Well, then-
point.
Known each other
Literally
since they were
doing
kids that
anything
grew up
for
in the same
people you're
community
supposed
or
to take care
whatnot.
of and
That's a
civic
very good point
socialism,
right
and
there.
that's bad.
Chairman, sweetie baby, you have clausies that get stuck in my clothing, so we can't be doing that, okay? The Honorable Judge Chair Bear. Okay, this one could have been my post. Am I the asshole for being drunk on vacation? Oh my god. Am I the asshole for not saying anything about a couple's baby while petting their dog? No. Hold on. Okay. Am I the asshole for being drunk on vacation? Last weekend, I went camping with 7 other people. God, that sounds horrible. We went to a campground that allows alcohol and has a natural spring. We brought a lot of beer, liquor, and hard cider. We drank a lot at our campsite and generally unwound from the work week. After that, we went swimming. My cousin's girlfriend tried to stop us from going swimming. She said it wasn't safe to swim while drunk. We assured her that we had done so before and were aware that it was riskier than swimming sober. We told her she didn't have to come. She did come and stood by the side the entire time yelling at us to get out of the water. It was incredibly obnoxious and somewhat dampened the party atmosphere. When the camping trip was over and we were headed back, my sister snapped at her. In case it isn't obvious, you're never invited to come on a family trip again, ever. Cousin's girlfriend got really upset. She said that she was scared that something would happen to us, that we would die. I told her that that would have been our responsibility, not hers, and she can't control what other people do. My sister added that driving to and from the campsite on the country's deadliest highway was the most dangerous thing we did all weekend, but she didn't say a word about that. She just wanted to feel morally superior. I cut her off and said we all just have different beliefs and it's fine, so we shouldn't vacation together. Cousin's girlfriend has since reached out to me and tried to make me understand her point of view. I said it's water under the bridge, but she wants me to see her point of view. She said she had a moral obligation to prevent us from drinking and swimming. I said she didn't, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Things ended up getting heated, and she said she should have known better than to expect more from white trash assholes. I ended up blocking her number. I know my cousin really likes this girl, and I tried to get along with her, but I could only go so far. Am I the asshole for not letting her ruin our camping trip? OP offered the following explanation for why they think they may be the asshole. We all got drunk while camping. A party member tried to stop us from swimming, and she's now excluded from future events. She says we are white trash, true assholes for you to decide. Alright, court, what do we think? Is OP the asshole?
It's just that validation type shit.
Oh my goodness.
think they're the asshole. I mean, they wanted to have fun, and you know they were they were clearly not so trashed that they didn't.
Daniel,
they
good to
did-
see you.
Right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sam.
No, I saw the dinosaurs and my thought just went.
My little Nessie.
I love them. They make me
I
happy.
love that one. That's one of my favorites. Okay, so Pasta says not the asshole. Okay, all right. Someone commented info. I feel like this is extremely fact-based. How drunk are we talking? How deep is this natural spring? Were you all generally within the same area, or was the spring fairly large? So, like, i.e., would it have been possible for someone to go out of sight and drown without anyone noticing? Sounds like it was at night. Was there additional lighting so you would all be able to see if someone was drowning? Was anybody sober / not drunk so they could potentially save someone from drowning? Basically just trying to gauge how safe or unsafe this activity was, because I think this is relevant to gauge whether cousin's girlfriend's reaction was appropriate. So, it is not inappropriate for the cousin to be concerned about their safety. I really think the OP's sister came off very aggressively. Sister, yeah, because you'll recall OP's sister said, when the camping trip was over and we were headed back, my sister snapped at her and said, in case it isn't obvious, you're never invited to come on family trips ever again. So sister was really kind of aggressive. Cousin's girlfriend, that is. Cousin's girlfriend, I get her safety concerns, I do. I don't think you can, flaw somebody for wanting others to be safe. I think as soon as the cousin decided to reach out again and try and get the writer on their side, that's when it's listen, the moment's passed. Excuse me, the moment's passed, what's done is done.
Over.
Yeah.
Right.
It's done and over. And I feel like OP was very respectful about this, where they were like, you know, I said it's water under the bridge. She said I didn't want to talk about it anymore, so she tried to end the conversation and be like, listen, it's fine, it's over, it's done, we don't need to talk about it anymore. But then she kept going, and then for cousin to call them white trash assholes, this is where the tables turn a little bit, because it's no longer a conversation about safety, it's more about, it really is about her wanting her point to win, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's a whole host of different issues right there. This sweet tea expires on September 11th. Anyway, the white trash assholes comment, yeah, I really think that kind of sent it overboard here.
Have you ever played the Everspace games, Nick?
Oh, the OP offered some more information. Daniel, I've been good. Thank you kindly. I'm happy it's Friday and happy to be hanging out with y'all. I had some good tacos that were straight bussin'. I got some leftovers still. I got me my little snacky dark chocolate Milky Way. Should the event arise where I am granted a snacky in the evening, so I'm excited about that.
I was just checking it out.
OP has some additional information. I don't think we were all one uniform level of drunk. Certainly no one was falling down drunk. Definitely was warm and buzzy. It's pretty deep in the center. I don't know the exact depth, but you can drown in 2 feet of water anyway. We definitely couldn't touch the bottom. We all stayed in a clump away from the other groups doing our own thing, so they were all together. They weren't all the same level of drunk. That reminds me of a friend, Katrina Milky. What? What the fuck? This was in the early evening before sunset. When the sun went down, we left because it got cold. Okay, so there was still some light in the air. I do not think any of us were sober. We never disputed that the activity was dangerous, just stated that we are adults and like to have fun this way, Chairman, and she doesn't have to participate if it makes her anxious or uncomfortable. Yeah, Chairman, if you don't keep your claws to yourself, I'm gonna kick you out. You have very sharp talons. And you don't need to have he insists that he needs to have his paw on my leg. Here, let me cover that part of my leg up. There you go. Now you can have your paw there, okay? I think Cousin's girlfriend was reasonably
Yeah,
concerned,
see,
but I don't
yeah,
think
maybe
OP had any obligation
last
to
weekend.
heed that concern.
It was
Ooh,
actually
well
pretty
said,
enjoyable.
Pasta. Well said. Yeah, the concern, completely reasonable. You can be
There were-
concerned, but there isn't much you can do
Yeah,
beyond
I mean,
that,
me
Cousin.
too.
El
That was,
Gato!
like,
This
funny.
is El
It was,
Gato!
like, a funny, like,
El
laugh
Chair
at.
Bear, the
There was a
Chonky
few
Monkey,
cringy,
the
like,
Chonky
Marvel,
Shadow of Death.
comedy-esque moments.
Looks like Kidman's one. Yes, it is like Kidman's in The Evil Within.
Essentially.
What a handsome fella. His
But
name is
overall, it
Chairman
was really
Meow.
good.
He's
It-
gonna
it-
be 4 this
a lot
year.
Of the movie takes place.
Yeah, you're gonna be 4, buddy.
But
You're
it is
getting
focused around the city of
old.
Neverwinter,
It's time for him to get a job.
and it makes references to other places, the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, I think
like
well
the
said,
Graded
Pasta.
People from Baldur's
Like,
Gate and from
the
Waterdeep
concern is
over.
completely reasonable.
And
But,
uh,
yeah, at the end of the day, adults are gonna
apparently
do
there's,
what they
the
want to
guy
do.
in charge of Waterdeep
And then
was
when
also
the
called
when
not
the
Waterdeep,
topic was no longer relevant, like, move
Neverwinter
on.
was also called.
Oh gosh, am I the asshole for turning on the child lock feature
And so
on my car
the main
windows?
villain
Yo,
of
when
the
I was
game
transporting
is
kids
a
to their
loser.
sessions, I had that bitch on all
very
the time
classic.
because they would just roll the windows up and down, up
The
and down, up and
party
down. Oh
is,
my
you got a
god.
bard, a barbarian,
All right, sister.
wizard, and
Would
a
you like to
Yes.
pick the next one we do?
druid, I believe. 'Cause
I
she
would
can,
not
like, turn
mind.
into, like, animals,
Okay.
So she turns into, like, an
So
owlbear
let's
every
see.
now and then.
I'll give you 3, and you pick which of these
It
3
was fun.
sound the best to you. Now you want in my lap,
I
buddy?
did see a really
There you
interesting
go.
creature that I looked up later.
Okay.
They
Am I the
show
asshole
off
for
a
kicking my
display
girlfriend out of my
series.
house? That's one of them.
It's like
Am I the asshole for
it's like
not
a-
telling my
it's like
daughter
a-
I'm proud of her, but
like a
being proud of my
Black
son?
Panther
That's 2.
with like little tentacles that it uses.
Am I the
to,
asshole
like,
for telling my
create
family that I
illusions.
want to buy a home
This
instead
is-
of
this
rent
is
the
what it
one
looks
they've been
like.
renovating for me going on 3 years? That's 3. Do you need me to repeat those?
No, with number 2.
Number 2, am I the asshole for not telling my daughter that I'm proud of her, but being proud of my son?
Yes,
Oh,
what it does
boy.
is like it'll
what
like
do we say,
it'll
everybody?
display an image
Families
of itself,
are
and people will be like, oh,
messy.
shit, we have to, like,
Sweet
back away,
Jesus.
but you're actually
All
backing
right, am I the
towards
asshole
it
for not
because
telling
you're
my
backing
daughter
away
I'm
from
proud
the
of her,
illusion and
but
straight
being
to the
proud of my
monster.
son? Jesus, my
It was cool. There's also like a mimic.
Uh,
They do a
daughter-
lot of, like,
wait,
D&D
what?
just
Oh,
type
so the OP,
references.
there you go. Okay, so this is a mom posting it. That's automatic insight right there. So the OP is a 48-year-old female. Her daughter is a 26-year-old female named Leia, and
We were
her
gonna
son
see
is a
this
21-year-old
weekend
male
was
named
the
Kevin.
Mario
They're
movie.
complete
Let's
opposites.
see how good that
Kevin is a
was.
great student and a great athlete. He has goals and works hard for them. Leah is the kind to have big goals too, but gives up very easily. Both of our children have had the same opportunities growing up, and neither has had to help or work more than the other did. Leah tried many activities during
see.
her life. The problem
Okay,
is that
so
if
the
she's not
critic
excellent
gave
at
it
it right away,
55,
then she
but
gets
the audience
frustrated and
scores
gives
it at
up. Well, that
96.
felt like a direct attack on me. This is a pattern in her life. Kevin, on the
Or if
other
it's
hand,
just
has
like
always
a-
been into sports. He played
like
football
a-
through school, and he
another
also
one of
plays
those, like,
baseball,
critics think it's
basketball,
bad,
and
but, like,
soccer.
generally everyone
He's also
enjoys
better
the
at
movie.
school than she is. I think part of that is because he had to keep his grades up if he wanted to continue the school team. Leah didn't have a reason to have great grades, so although she never failed a class either, her grades have always been lower than Kevin's. After graduating, Leah wasn't interested in pursuing further education. Still, as it would make my husband and
I'd
I
imagine,
happy
right?
that she would at least try it, she
From
did.
what I've heard,
She
like,
wasn't
leading
able to
up to
finish
this
her
movie,
second semester because she
Nintendo's
didn't like it.
always wanted to
She
do,
got
like,
into a
big
job
time,
that which is fine
Mario
if she
film,
liked
but
that.
The last time they
Okay.
did it, it was that,
She
like,
and her
cringy
boyfriend,
live
they
action
had been
thing
together
that
since high
flopped
school, got engaged the
miserably.
same year too, and Leah told us she wanted to be a mom. She felt like that was her calling. She was very young, but I was too when I had her, so it's fine. She got pregnant, but she and the guy broke off. She couldn't take care of the baby, so my husband and I are raising our grandson. Now she's 26, and the truth is she hasn't fulfilled any of her wishes or goals. Now she doesn't have a career, is not married, and is not a mother. She does nothing for the care, and doesn't live with us. Oh,
Should be
Jesus.
interesting to give it a watch,
Kevin
at
won a
least.
scholarship because he's an
Well,
athlete.
I wanna check out
Now
the-
he's studying
we're
at a
gonna watch
prestigious
it at the
university and is
AMC
part of his
theaters,
college's
because we
football team too.
realized we were
He's
missing
fulfilling his
out,
dreams because he's working
'cause
on
when
them.
we
Last
didn't-
week was Kevin's
went to just
birthday.
the
Our
random
baby turned
theater to
21,
watch
so my
like
husband and I
Dragons.
planned a
But the
small party for
AMC
him.
movie theaters
We were all
selling
having a good time. Kevin was telling us about how good his grades were this last
buckets
semester.
in like giant D20 dies.
Matthew.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
I told him
So-
we were very proud of him for
and
working
we
so
just
hard.
sat on that.
Leah told me I had never told
But
her
they're
that I was
selling,
proud of her. I told her this was not the moment to talk about that because this party was for her brother and she dropped it. However, she brought it up again the next day at my house. She asked me why I never told her I'm proud of her. So I told her that I don't feel like she's done something to be proud of. Like, I'm proud that she's a nice girl and is very respectful, but she still hasn't done something to fulfill her dreams and make us proud. She went off on me and accused me of telling her she's a failure, although I did not do that. She was very angry at my husband. She was very angry and left. My husband agrees with me, but she's angry. Am I the asshole? They offered the following explanation for why they think they may be the asshole. Go see what that's about, Chairman. Go investigate. Go investigate. I told my daughter that she did nothing to make me and her dad proud, but her brother did. I might be the asshole because she's feeling I'm disappointed of her and thinks I believe she's a failure. I should have picked my words more carefully to not hurt her. Is OP the asshole? Oh, jeez. Pasta out the gate said asshole! Oh, damn.
In regards to what the mother actually said, yeah, that was kind of a dick move. That you're an asshole for saying that to your child. Okay. I think that enough can be said about, you know, when to give praise to your kids and not, because back then it was tell them you're doing a great job all the time, you know. It's for some of the simplest things, you know, because even when we're little tiny children, oh, you stacked the blocks, oh, you walked, oh, you know, and now they're telling us don't say that because it inflates their ego, or it makes them have a harder time appreciating their own success. Like, you know, I think, oh yes, asshole for what you said to your child. You should have thought more carefully about what you needed to say.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you on that. Like, especially think of the setting. Like, she brought this up at her brother's 21st, and Mom did shut it down. But, like, I don't know. Jackie's sipping her tea over there. So, yeah, the daughter has had some questionable choices, that's for sure. I don't think it's anything to shit on her for, though. You know, like, Sam said it best, there's a way that you can, like, not praise the actions of your children that you don't agree with without sitting there and being like, you know, you failed. You've done nothing to make me proud. Hi, Cyber, it's good to see you. Because the thing is, think about the long-term consequence. I mean, your daughter is still young. She's 26. There's still lots of room left for her to grow and evolve and show that she can achieve whatever it is she wants to achieve. But when you get that message in your head that, oh, my parents already think I'm a failure, it's really hard to then, like, conjure up the drive to try and be anything but, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you really kind of, especially because, you know, our parents and their opinions mean so much to us, even if they're really crappy parents, you know, and we sit there and we take what they say, and so you've already, like, shot the charisma or the confidence down by saying that to them. So now they're just going to expect disappointment from now on.
This is true. I mean, it's really hard to get past that when they've basically been told that, like, they're not proud of you. I wouldn't say parents said that they're a failure, but it can very easily be interpreted that way if it's something you're already sensitive about. Like, I wonder how her daughter feels about her choices, you know? Like, is this something she's very self-conscious about, that she wanted to be a mom, doesn't raise her child, the relationship didn't work out? Like, people are very aware when they fail, quote-unquote fail, or when things don't go as they thought it would, and how other people see that, you know? People are very aware of that, so I'm curious about how her daughter feels about her own choices in life, so. Oh my goodness. Let's read the comments. So far, I'm looking at these, and these are spicy. Our baby turned 21. You mean your golden child? Did you ever stop to think that one of the reasons Leah may give up so easily is that you've spent her whole life making her feel like it doesn't matter if she does well anyway because, in your mind, she'll never be as good as her brother? So why would she bother trying when her efforts are never recognized? While I think that you not taking responsibility for her own child is not a good thing, I also feel like you have brought this on yourself because of how you raised her. She is who she is because of you and your husband. You're the asshole. That's true. Context is very important here. Context is very important here, you know? What were they like? Was it that she just never tried or that they never emphasized that she could try, you know? That she could pursue things? Oh my gosh, this person is heated. They said, oh, give me a break. God, Reddit is so slanted that it's exhausting. This girl has done nothing to be proud of. She abandoned her kid and quits when things get hard. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. For fuck's sake, she just called her youngest the baby because he's the baby of the family for being the youngest. Her daughter had every opportunity and threw them away. She decided and planned having a child and then abandoned said child because she was bored of being a mother and dumped the child on her parents. OP's right, she has nothing to be proud of, only ashamed. She is 26 years old, she can take responsibility for herself. That is not on OP. There is something to be said about taking responsibility. Again, though, do you need to partake in this shaming of her? Cyber, I am doing well today, thank you. I'm happy to be here, happy to be hanging out with y'all. I got my sister with me. And we made it to Friday. Matthew and I are going to go see the Mario movie this weekend, I think.
Me, Mario.
The Mario. Right? Indeed. Cyber, how are you doing, though? You been taking care of yourself? Let's see. This comment said, I'd agree that the daughter deserves some sympathy, but from OP's comments, it sounds like she straight up abandoned her role as a mother, yet still feels entitled to praise. While harsh, she doesn't sound like someone anybody could take pride in. You're projecting on that one. Even if the oldest wasn't treated fairly, which we have no evidence for beyond the baby, she's done nothing with her life and has abandoned her own child. Not exactly something to be proud of. That is true. When you abandon a child, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh Jesus, a heated comment. Reddit always has to make the female the victim. She's clearly a loser that doesn't even care for her own child. The brother is 5 years younger. He wasn't even in high school with her. Valid point! Valid point! Posty said it. Families are messy. Amen. Families are messy. Keep spamming that, guys. That is the general message. I'm good. You just bought a house, Cyber, and are waiting for that to complete. Cyber, congratulations. In this economy, fuck it up. Get that house. Oh, that's so exciting. Congratulations. Shouts out to you, Cyber. Oh my goodness. That's so cool, though. Congratulations. What a big deal. Do 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 do.
My cat is so fat that every time I make something in the microwave, she has to come and investigate.
I love that for ya.
Fat cat's just sitting at the end of the hallway, watching me carry a plate with a piece of pizza on it, licking her lips like, Mother, give me the pizza.
Ooh, oh my goodness, this one. Am I the asshole for forcing my stepdaughter to pay me back after she ruined my house? Asshole was the rating that has already been given. I wonder if you'd agree with that. The eldest can have a very different experience than younger siblings, so the daughter's troubles could very well be on the parent. Exactly, Pasta, that's true. Sam and I had very different experiences growing up. Thanks, it's a 3-bedroom, semi-detached with a workshop. Ooh! Gotta renovate it as it has not been changed since the 60s, lol. Oh my gosh, Cyber, that's so exciting. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to have a home one day that I can renovate a little bit more. Or that I can ask Matthew to renovate, because I'm incapable of a lot of things. Why are you tormenting our son, Matthew?
Oh,
Why are you tormenting our sweet baby boy?
he likes it.
Chairman, are you a slut for attention?
No!
Whoa! Whoa! Run! Ooh. Wait, there's an update that's been posted on this as well. Ooh. 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 Okay, here we go. Am I the asshole for forcing my stepdaughter to pay me back after she ruined my house? An update has been posted. We'll have to see if we can find that. I, a 43-year-old female, and my husband, a 47-year-old male, have been married for 4 years now. We both have children from our previous marriages, a 12-year-old male and a 10-year-old male, and an other 18-year-old female. And O. Previous male, and O. O. My husband and I dated for 3 years prior to getting married, but moved in altogether 2 years ago. O lives with us full-time, and it had a bit of a rocky start with mine and O's relationship, but we managed to push through it. I told O from day one that I wasn't her mom, but if there was anything she wants to talk about or needs, she can come to me. After a few months, we became quite close. She talked to me about anything she was too embarrassed to talk with her dad about. Recently, O has been trying to make friends at college since she just started in the spring. How old is O again? 18? Okay. On-campus residence is very expensive for the college, and it is close to our house, so O decided to stay at home. That's not a problem. The problem is that O keeps bringing her friends over to hang out, but leaving it a mess. There we go. Normally, it's not a major deal. I have OCD, so sometimes there are issues depending on the situation, though. But she picks up after herself, but I recently hired a housekeeper to clean the house once a week since I've been working overtime more often, and me and my husband just don't have the time. It is expensive, but I cannot stand it when it becomes too messy for me, so I think it's worth it. This time she brought her friends over after the house was cleaned, and I guess they decided not to take off their shoes and walked around the house leaving footprints. They also made pizza from scratch and left crumbles on the counter, among other things. They pretty much made the entire house filthy before I could even come home. Once again, the cleaning service was quite expensive because I like a higher level of cleaning quality, so I was pissed. My husband is trying to make me let it go because O has always struggled with making friends, but I can't let it go because of how much it costs. I requested the exact amount I paid for the cleaning service to her Venmo, and she's acting confused like why she had to pay for it. I explained that her and her friends ruined my house that was just clean, but she insisted it wasn't her. I have a Ring camera, and I have video proof of her and her friends going into the house, and they were the only ones home that day before me. I gave her two choices: pay for the damages, or I stop paying for her phone. She's complaining, saying it wasn't her and she doesn't have the money to pay the phone bill. Am I the asshole? Edit to clear confusion: the cleaners came before them, fully cleaned the house, then left, and an hour later, O came in with her friends. Oh my goodness. They offer the following explanation for why they think they may be the asshole. I think I may be the asshole because she hasn't had a job before, so she's very limited funds to pay for the phone bills. And I was quite angry, and I could have handled it in a calm, more mature way. Is Poster the asshole?
I'm gonna say no. I think a lesson needs to be taught. You know, like if you're going to be allowed to stay in someone's space, whether they're family or not, you should be able to respect that space and clean up after yourself. And you should make sure that if your friends are over, that you tell them the same thing. You say, okay, if you make a mess, please clean up after yourself. Where it gets muddy, though, is OCD. It's kind of hard to say they've completely ruined the house when a person with OCD, that could be as simple as they moved something out of place. You know, they could. You have to wonder: is it really filthy? Like they totally destroyed it? Like, you know, they've had like toddlers or somebody in, and there's stuff creamed everywhere and trash and stuff like that, or if it's just, you know, untidy. You know, which, as a housekeeper myself, you know, you gotta respect the person with OCD and recognize that this is their need, which I think that the person living with them should do as well. I think in the end, though, I think O needs to just you know, start thinking about other living situations. I think it's going to make the whole situation better, even if it's, you know, living someplace for, you know, and paying rent and whatnot.
Gotcha, okay. So for me, I feel like this has two different, I have two different verdicts, and it depends solely on if it is an actual OCD diagnosis versus liking things to be clean or liking things to be tidy or straight is not OCD. Wanting things, like if you're like, oh, I get upset when things are out of place, or, you know, it makes me a little upset when things are out of place, that's not OCD. OCD is, this has to be done this way, or I have to do this, or something terrible is going to happen, or I'm going to crawl out of my skin, or I will not be able to sleep, or I will fear for my life and for the life of those around me, you know?
Fair enough.
If the poster is not diagnosed with OCD, I feel like maybe kind of the asshole, because, again, it sounds like this is the first time this has happened. Why can't you just have a conversation with the kid? Why can't you just have a conversation with, as they're saying in the thing, and be like, listen, you know, this is how I like my house to be. I don't mind you having friends over, but, you know, this is what I noticed. I'm paying a lot for this cleaning service because I just don't have time. And they cleaned the house, and then when I came back, this was a mess, and this was a mess. I'm a little upset about it. Can you help me, A, clean it up, and B, make sure this doesn't happen again, you know? Before it needs to go to such extremes as pay me back this super expensive fee for the house and for the nanny or for the maid, and or I'm not paying your phone bill. You know, that feels like an extreme jump, especially for the 18-year-old. If they are diagnosed OCD, I'm gonna let it slide and say no assholes here, because again, I do think this is just something that can be communicated, because it sounds like her and O developed a very close relationship. O was going to them and talking to them about things, you know, they were encouraging of O, they let O stay with them while they went to college, they were excited about O making friends. I mean, they used to have, like, a very close relationship, and I would hate for the relationship to go downhill because of something like the house had some footprints and some crumbs on the counter, you know?
Right.
Which is kind of how they described it. They were like, let me see. Didn't take their shoes off and walked all around the house, leaving footprints. They left the crumbles on the counter, among other things. So we don't have the full extent of the mess, you know? You're allowed to be frustrated at the mess, absolutely. I don't know, I feel like sometimes people jump straight to an extreme punishment before they have a conversation to see if it can be resolved, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see. Pasta says asshole. Pasta, do you wish to elaborate while we read some of the comments? Okay, here we go. Footprints in your house and pizza crumbs does not make a house filthy. You had plenty of opinions other than charging your stepdaughter. You could have cleaned it. Your husband could have. You could have asked her to clean it, etc. You're the asshole. Telling your stepdaughter she ruined your house is a surefire way to ruin your relationship with her. Yeah, this is outrageously unreasonable. I have OCD. I'm genuinely baffled that OP felt it was anything other than manipulative to refer to footprints and crumbs as damage. I thought this was going to be about some house party where furniture was destroyed and items were stolen. OP should consider therapy. That is some monk-level insanity. Yeah,
Monk level. I've
Right.
heard that phrase.
yeah, she did say, am I the asshole for forcing my stepdaughter to pay me back after she ruined my house? Would we say the house was ruined? Oh my goodness, okay. Let's see
I'm
here.
reading the one up top. It says, I'm with you on, something about $30,000.
I'm with you. I was waiting for they made pizza, but then I went outside drinking and the kitchen caught on fire and will cost $30,000 to fix. Crumbs, as in wipeable off the counter crumbs? Oh my goodness. Pasta said the punishment was unreasonable. The house isn't ruined because there's steps on the carpet and crumbs on the counter. Amen. Again, you're allowed to be frustrated. You're allowed to be like, damn it, I just had this place cleaned and you came in here and made a mess. Ask the grown adult, the 18-year-old, to clean it up. End of story. They lived there. So when they come home that night, be like, hey, you know, can you clean up these couple messes? I know they may seem small, but just like take care of it. Cyber said, yeah. Yeah. I have to agree with you on that. I have to agree with you on that. Woo! Alright, we found some good assholes today. I think we had some good discussions today.
Good assholes today.
Had some good assholes today, guys. Don't we love it?
Yes, and none of them use the shower head as a bidet.
None of them are shoving the shower heads up their asses. In case you weren't here last time, that's happened. What are men doing in the shower? Stop shoving the shower heads up your assholes,
He's got
man.
a clean asshole, though.
Don't shove it up your asshole.
He's got a clean asshole, though.
Yeah, but there's shit. The issue was there was shit on the shower head, so it's clean now.
Okay, well, the issue wasn't that he shoved it up his asshole. The issue is that he didn't clean up afterwards. We need to look at the finer points here.
Are you putting shit on our shower heads, Matthew?
Am I cleaning up afterwards? Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
What the fuck, guys? Oh my god! Alright, we're gonna end this recording here. Thank you if you watch this on YouTube. Say goodbye, Sammy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Say goodbye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube, everybody. Here. What did the... Bye, YouTube. How do you spell YouTube? Y-O-U-T-U-B. Bye, BoobTube. Bye. Goodbye, YouTube. Thank you for watching.